It is August 9th in 2026, and I'm Aaron Wills. What is up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. As always, this is a random rambling video. A video where I ramble randomly. Anything and everything may come out of my mouth. Anything and everything might go in my mouth. No, that's not true. I just ramble randomly about this and about that and whatever else. I might talk about my doctor's appointments. I might talk about what's going on here in the home. Speaking of home, I do have one new subscriber according to my subscriber count. And so I'd like to explain to the subscriber a little bit about me. Well, I've got this wicked scar on my head. It goes around here. I got a big bump in the back of my head. I'll explain that. In 2008, on February 12th to be exact, I like to be exact when I can. In this case, I can be exact. It was February 12th in 2008. I suffered a massive stroke when a blood clot traveled from my heart, they believe, to the right parietal lobe of my brain, they know, leaving me paralyzed on my left side and confined to a wheelchair and to living in nursing homes. Because I can't dress myself, I can't toilet myself, I can't shower myself. The best I can do is feed myself. That's good, because I don't have to be spoon-fed. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed in so many ways. I'm blessed that I survived the stroke. I'm also blessed that I survived COVID in 2020. Not just, a headache and the flu. Actual COVID. I was drowning in my own fluids. They couldn't get my blood saturation, my oxygen saturation, my oxygen blood saturation out of the 30s up into the 40s. It stayed in the 30s and sometimes 40s. Mostly in the 30%. That's close to dead. So they couldn't get me out of the 30s into the 40s for the most part. And I was, I'm not going to say I was clinically dead, but they were worried about death being very imminent. But the doctor scheduled a catheter for the next day, and I didn't want to go on a catheter because my buddy Paul told me that a certain percentage of people who go on the catheter pass away. It was a high percentage. And those who don't have to go on the catheter live to a much higher rate. So I prayed. That's what I do now all the time. So I prayed and then asked God to not make me go on the catheter and let me live. I've already prayed that He'd let me live and last out the situation. And he did. He let me live. And so I prayed, and the next day I was in the 90s with blood saturation on my own without oxygen. When I was in the 30s and 40s, they were pumping me full of oxygen, and it couldn't get me into the 40s out of the 30s. So, I was basically dead or dying. Then, all of a sudden, I'm on room air and 90% on the blood saturation, oxygen saturation. So, they brought in the machine to do the catheter, and the doctor said that won't be necessary anymore, and they took the machine back out. Yay! Thank God. What a blessing.
Hey guys,
And
Aaron.
hang on, I'm making a video.
What
You
ain't
got
got?
you got on camera. Can I still upload this?
Yep.
All right.
Am I on now?
Huh?
Am I on now?
Yep. There you are. I'm recording. So there you go. now we're gonna 1,000 people are gonna watch this video now.
Oh my God!
You're,
I
you're
really
gonna
have to
become
go see
you're
it.
gonna be rich. You're gonna be famous now.
I am.
There you are. She's funny. She's cool. Her name is Shonda. She's the med tech. Passes the meds. And she just brought me a bunch of meds too. So I have to drink those down, take those down. My meds. Anyway, let me finish my story about the COVID. The doctor, they came in with the machine to give me they call it a catheter, not a catheter. Ventilator, that's what I meant to say. Ventilator, not catheter. Although I did get catheters. When I had my stroke, I did. When I couldn't go pee on my own. They gave me a Foley cath. I also had a cardio cath. This is called a ventilator, I think, where they stick the tube down your throat and help to clean out your lungs of fluids, which I suffered from a lot of fluids in my lungs. So they brought that in, and I didn't need it. The doctor said he doesn't need it. And then later, the next day, I went home. I went from being next to dead to going home the next day, or 2 days later. That's pretty much my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, that is my story, and now I live in a nursing home. It's one of the best nursing homes I've lived in. It's clean, no bugs, and the aides, most of the aides are decent. They're not all decent. Some are shit, like every home I've lived in. A home is only as good as the aides. Well, no, I wouldn't want like a bug. The last home I lived in was infested with roaches and mice and rats. I don't want to go back to that, so I came here where it is clean and there are no mice and bugs and rats that I've seen. I haven't seen any bugs, no roaches here. Well, I squished a couple of spiders, but no roaches. That's important. I don't do roaches. I can do spiders. I can do I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I can do. Well, I don't like spiders. They creep me out, but they're not as bad as roaches in my mind. You're always on my mind, spider. All right, so I guess I told you, and so this is probably, I won't say which home I'm in because Tony One Leg has a hit out for me. He has asked his viewers and subscribers and listeners to hunt me down and kill me like the dog that I am because he thinks I'm a pedophile
Bob, are you ready?
and a child molester, which isn't the case. So I can't say where I am, but this is the best home I've been in since being in nursing homes for the past 18 years. And I've been in several nursing homes. This is like my 8th or 9th home. I could count them out, but I won't. Not now because the video's already gone for 7.5 minutes, and well, I guess I'm done now. So peace, peace. See ya.